Yo, what's up? It's your boy Camtron. I'm 54 back at it again. All right, bam. Here's 10 things that loving fathers do for their kids. All right, bam. Number one, loving fathers love their children's mother. Okay, loving your wife or your baby mama without reservation. You can't do much more for your kids than that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you're divorced or if y'all not together, you should still treat your kid's mom with respect, even if she doesn't reciprocate. I feel that goes a long way. You should never return disgrace with disgrace. Like, you know what I'm saying, if she on that type of time, let her be on that type of time. Like, you be the better man, right? Number two, love them unconditionally. You should make sure that your kids know you love them no matter what, right? But don't confuse this with permissiveness. Like, don't feel like they could just walk over you or do anything and still get like the same type of affection from you. Like, they should know that there is, a separation, right? Unconditional love does nothing to encourage the wrong kind of behavior, like I just said. In fact, kids who are secure in their father's love tend to act out less, not more, and that's a statistic right there. But number three, growing up. Like, and I'm talking about us, right? Not the kids. We should be, we have to kind of self-mature as well, like to help our kids to self-mature. Children should not want another buddy. They should want a dad. Like, you should be there to, help them during, the hard times, and help encourage and coach them on how to, properly carry and, maintain as a human, right? Children, they don't want, someone who thinks things, they want someone who does think things through and makes their decisions, and makes the tough decisions, and, engages in life with responsibility. Like, that's how they learn, you know what I'm saying? Like, from your example, they want someone they can count on, right? Number four, be there. Quality time is all good and all, but it has nothing on quantity time. That's self-explanatory. Like, for sure, like, you want quality time, but like with kids, like, you want to be present in their life, you know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like a, like a balance kind of catch-22 thing that you got to figure out. You got to make time, you know what I'm saying? You got to make time to, be there with the kid and just pour into them so they'll be able to, reciprocate that, right? Everyone is the same 24 hours available, so it's up to you to make yours count, and that's self-explanatory. Number five, bam, provide. You know what I'm saying? As best you can. Material provision can be tough when jobs are lost and tough times it's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes we don't always have it. Like me, I'm used to making a certain amount. Sometimes the contract might fall through, and then you lose your job, and then here you are, you know what I'm saying, in a warehouse, helping out, doing dumb shit, right? But it don't matter how you start, it's how you finish. So however, you can always provide a stable home with love and affection. Like, even though you might not have the bag that you want today, like, that don't mean that you still can't provide or, like, give, you know what I'm saying, some type of value, you know what I mean, to those around you, and importantly, your kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, they learn from you, like, teach them, you know what I'm saying? Number six, bam, discipline. Children appreciate an even-handed balance, accountability, and love-drenched discipline. Like, don't feel like you being too stern on them. I mean, for sure, don't be like an asshole or nothing like that, but, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they appreciate the guidance from you as their parent. Like, they don't know shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's up to you to kind of teach and mold them in that direction. It's all like consistency, right? That without clearly defined boundaries. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, well, shit, that with clearly defined boundaries. Like, just help mold them and shape them in the way like that will help them to grow up and mature into who you would like them to be, or what they will eventually learn on their own. Number seven, value education. Don't just read them without, like, don't just read to them, read with them. Yeah, for sure. Like, spend that quality time, don't just fuss about grades. Like, get involved with their homework, you know what I'm saying? That's a deep one too. Like, you don't want to just, like, chat GPT everything. Like, you kind of want them to, you kind of want to make sure that they're catching on what you're putting down, if that makes sense. Like, teach with them, if that makes sense, Don't just talk about learning, be a hands-on advocate. Ooh, that's deep. Like, you know what I'm saying? Spend time with them. You know what I'm saying? Like, in this instance, we're learning things. So, learn with them. Like, sit down and run the whole steps. Run the, you know what I'm saying, the format of whatever it is, like if it's math or whatnot. Like, run the whole exercise with them a few times. Like, you know what I'm saying? Be a presence at their school by joining or starting some form of dad community or gathering. Like, be active. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know a lot of dads, like, which there's nothing wrong with it either, but like, I know a lot of dads, yeah, they'll provide, yeah, they're good and nice to the kid, but like, that's it. Like, they don't really engage like in nothing else, or like no other extracurricular activities with the kid and stuff like that. Like, help out. I'm saying, like, go to their sporting events, go to their like whatever clubs that they're a part of, like, be a part of their life, and like, they'll want to continue to show you that, like, you know what I'm saying, they appreciate it, and they want to please and make you happy, and in turn be a part of your life as they get older, right? Bam. Number 8, raise them to lead. Yeah, that ass gotta go. The simple goal of being a family and parenting kids doesn't look any more complicated than this. You're raising them to be well equipped to leave the nest one day, and to have established lives, and what I'm saying, to just be able to succeed on their own based on the just the cognitive growth that they've learned with you. Like, you know what I'm saying, you should be trying to teach them how to just be better versions of themselves. Bam. Number 9, teach them to take responsibility. This is a big one, for sure. Kids who learn how to dodge responsibility and avoid cost will sooner or later fall flat on their face. I'm saying, this is a fact. I was a big procrastinator my whole life, and it's not because like my parents failed me in any way. I was just a bad kid, hard-headed. Like, I had to learn things on my own because I chose to, right? But regardless, like, because my folks did teach me responsibility was why, like, I would always come back, what I'm saying, and like, be like, all right, man, let me sit down and learn this thing so I could do it the right way, so I could move on, But for sure, like, teach them how to take accountability and responsibility. Loving fathers make sure that their kids know how to own up, how to clean up, and how to move forward. Like, as a man, like, a lot of these younger dudes, I'm 90 baby. I was born in 1990. A lot of these, like, no shade, a lot of these, like, Gen Z and like on down and stuff like that, because their parents like wasn't, what I'm saying, like, active in that way, they don't know how to take responsibility and own up and shit like that. And what I'm saying, like, they look to social media and the web to like learn all their facts and their knowledge, and to learn life lessons and stuff like that, which, once again, there's nothing wrong with that. You can definitely learn from this all the way, but like, you still want like the guided hand to like show you and coach you in that way. Anyway, number 10, bam. Teach them to love this life. Like, life is precious, y'all. Please don't misunderstand that. The best predictor of happiness in children is happiness in their parents. Like, kids get that vibe, man. Like, if they see y'all, you know what I'm saying, kicking it and, always, loving on each other, like, they're gonna grow up with love and like be able to reciprocate that and to give it out into the world. If we learn how to love this life and then give that blessing to our kids, they will be better prepared for success. That's self-explanatory. Like, just long story short, be a better, person to yourself. Be a better person for your kids, and just, just show them the way. I'm outie.